Once upon a time, well, back in the 1990s, there was this charmingly naive belief that history had finally packed its bags. Liberal democracy had won, capitalism was king, and the world was supposed to just peacefully ride off into the sunset. But surprised, that didn't quite happen. In fact, things got weird, really weird. For centuries, people clung to grand stories, religions, nationalism, communism, all offering a neat explanation of past, present, and future. By the 20th century, two of these big stories, fascism and communism, had thrown in the towel, leaving liberal democracy standing victorious. The belief was simple. From Moscow to Beijing, Tehran to Baghdad, people would naturally gravitate toward free markets, free speech, and free Wi-Fi. The 21st century had other ideas. Instead of universal peace and prosperity, we got economic crises, technological upheavals, political polarization, and for some reason, an unexpected resurgence of authoritarianism. Liberal democracy started looking a little wobbly, like an aging rock band forced to go on a reunion tour just to stay relevant. What happened? Capitalism's glitches, globalization brought wealth, but also inequality. While some people got to sip champagne in the metaverse, others struggled to pay rent in the real world. Turns out not everyone likes playing capitalism on expert mode. Technology's whirlwind, the digital revolution, promised connection and enlightenment. Instead, we got misinformation, data harvesting, and an algorithmic overlord dictating what we see, buy, and believe. The new players. While the West was busy congratulating itself, China and other powers developed their own models, some blending authoritarianism with high-tech surveillance. Suddenly, democracy wasn't the only game in town. The identity crisis of liberalism. Liberalism promised people choice, but didn't expect them to choose things like nationalism, fundamentalism, or conspiracy theories. The irony, the freedom to think for oneself, has led to 1,000 competing narratives, many of which are frankly bonkers. The future? So is liberal democracy doomed? Not necessarily, but it does need a serious software update. The system isn't broken, it just forgot to install the latest security patches. If it can evolve to address inequality, technological disruptions, and the complexities of human identity, it might just avoid becoming a relic of the past. Final thought, history isn't over. If anything, it's just rebooting, and as always, the loading bar is stuck at 99%. I am your guide, Antonio Klim. May the pseudo-powers be always with you.